Welcome, Vilonia Eagles softball fans, to Farmington High School, Lady Cardinal Field, as your Vilonia Eagles take on the Wolverines of Bentonville West. Paige Kelly's the starting pitcher. Field, she knocks it down. The leadoff batter is Alexander. Way
stuff together right here. Paige Kelly had some corners right here.
Umpire says
should be sitting about
pitch looked like it was close enough when I took my eyes off of it, so we'll say 1-1. Next pitch from Kelly misses down and away. Yeah, 2 balls and a strike to Holt.
Good pitch right there on the outside corner. Just missed. Kind of filling this umpire out, see where we're at overall. Beautiful day for softball, Corey.
Swing and a shot right at Faith Johnson. She comes in first, makes the grab for out 1. Dodge going to take off to the plate. Erie lets the throw go through, and somebody needed to be talking to her there. We really needed to cut that because the runner could have broke off on the letting the ball go through to the plate.
Got a pretty good break right there as far as by that runner not going on to third right there. Changeup is throwing it for a strike, but she needs to locate a little bit better, Corey. Inside or outside. They're sitting back on it right now.
Anna Griffin is the batter, and she's extremely dangerous. I've seen Griffin hit the ball 400 feet, and I'm not exaggerating a bit. She can really hit it hard.
Let's hope she hits it this far, but not this game.
There you go. Swing and a little flare over the mound. Johnson and Erie, neither one can really get to it. That's kind of out there in no man's land. So Griffin's aboard with the infield base hit. Runner moves over to third base. So runners on the corners, 1 out, 1 run in here for Bentonville West in the top of the first.
That's a bad break right there, basically. Just kind of a no man's land pop up there. Had a lot of top spin on it.
Well, both your middle infielders are playing deep and just not able to get to it. Both hustled on, up to the middle. Nobody really took charge, but nobody felt like they had an opportunity to make the play either. So can't blame them there.
That's softball.
Kelly hits the outside corner there for a strike with the fastball. Ryan Rassi is the batter, and she's number 15, plays left field for the Wolverines. It's going to be a slow roller to Erie. She goes to first, and good dig by Gracie Kimbrell over there on first. She helps Erie out. Erie's going to need to give her a hug after the inning for making up the out there. You sure would have liked to seen her go to second with the slower runner Griffin over there and try to get 2, but we'll take the for sure out. So 2 outs now, 2 runs on the board for Bentonville West. I'm going to be real slow getting the score updated. We're thankful to the Farmington Cardinals for allowing us use of their press box, but I'm not centered up on my computer like I usually am, so I'll get it updated here in a minute. West does lead 2-0 though, with 2 outs.
If we can get out of this inning right here with just 2 runs, you feel pretty good about it. Same thing happened last night. Spot them 2, come back, had a real good game, hit the ball well, and pitched well. We just need to get out of here right here.
Sharply hit out of play off of the batting cages down the left field line there for a strike.
You like down that pitch right there, Corey, a changeup on the inside corner. Paige has thrown it for a strike, but it's been too much of the plate. That pitch right there hopefully is going to set up an outside corner fastball right here, get her on her front foot.
Moeller is the batter for the Wolverines. She's the right fielder, and she's going to foul that one off down the right field line. It hits the fence out there. Linton unable to get to it to make a play. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Moeller. 2 outs, top of the first. Bentonville West leads it 2-0.
Big pitch right here.
Ground ball to Johnson, over to Kimbrell. That's going to do it for the inning. Not before the Wolverines put 2 up on the board, so the Eagles are going to come up in a 2-0 deficit, looking to cut into this lead.
The way that started out, though, that was looking like a 4 or 5 run inning. So good job right there by Paige Kelly to settle down a little bit. She was leaving the ball over the plate quite a bit at first. Started hitting her corners a little bit better, mixing her pitches up, change up. She hit the corners on that. So great job for the defense as well getting out of it. So see what we can do at the plate.
Lineup for your Lady Eagles is going to be number 10, Callie Erie. The shortstop's going to lead us off. followed by the second baseman, Sydney Johnson. She's number 31. Talon Lawrence, the catcher, number 12, is going to bat in the 3-hole. Juju Johnson is in the 4 spot, number 32. She's playing third base today. Gracie Kimbrell is the first baseman. She's number 25, bats in the 5-hole. Faith Johnson, the left fielder, number 20, is the 6th batter. 7th batter is going to be the designated player today, Carly Thompson. She's number 8. Number 2, Jordan Alexander is the center fielder in the 8 spot, and then rounding us out in the 9-hole is number 4, Kylie Linton, playing right field today. Paige Kelly is in the flex position and obviously in the circle, as you saw just moments ago.
Beautiful day for softball today. We just watched fellow Faulkner County team, Conway Wampus Cats, play the Farmington Cardinals in a great game there. Farmington had a pretty good last couple innings right there, hit the ball really well. They're a really good team, softball team, and a fantastic basketball team as well. So Conway went down 5-2, I believe, in that game there.
Yeah, Bentonville West earlier this morning beating Sheridan, who we saw beat Fayetteville last night opposite a field that we were playing on.
What was the score there, you remember?
I talked to one of the dads that I know on Sheridan after the game last night. It was 10 or 11-0, something like that. Yeah. Ball outside and low. Erie takes the first pitch. Erie's going to hit that one right over the shortstop's glove. That's going to the wall. She's going to get 2 bases for sure. She's turning. Sullivan puts up the stop sign. Erie holds it second. Leadoff double for Callie. Great piece of hitting there. She just power slaps it right over the shortstop's glove and gets herself a double.
That's what it started off right there as a senior left-hander. Just smoked that ball to the gap. You started thinking 3 at first, but why get it out at third? You know, in a few batters, she's going to be at third base anyway. So
Sydney Johnson digs in to bat behind Callie. Hit the big grand slam home run last night, and I don't know if that ball's landed yet, Kobe. She smashed it.
I believe it hit an Alma.
We'll pick it up on the way home later today. First pitch is outside for ball 1, off the corner of the plate there, a little bit low also. 1-0 count to Johnson. Erie holds it second.
Looks like he's going to be pretty tight on the corners as far as it's going to be right on that corner before he's going to call. We've seen it on both sides so far.
Probably setting up to be a hitter's game then. Maybe a lot of runs scored today. Johnson fouls that one straight back, evens the count up at a ball and a strike on Sid. I'm looking down this list of the Wolverine players. I don't really recognize any other of the names besides Miss Griffin. And that one's a called strike on the outside corner. Good changeup pitch by the pitcher. Let's see, who is that? That is Hallie. That's the one we.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Waycastle.
You're having a problem reading, Corey.
Well, I'm getting help up here in the booth, and I appreciate it because that handwriting is not the best. He's got the benefit of iScore down there, but he downloaded the roster from Max, perhaps, if I had to guess. He's nodding to the affirmative.
Or
so
maybe he can just read better than you can.
Well, he could definitely read better than I. That's not even a question. You know, I graduated from Vilonia, and it's debatable if my test scores were good or not.
They were good. I was there. I was with you.
Swing and a fly ball out to center field. Erie tags up. Dodd has the catch. Erie's going to take off and test Dodd's arm. The throw is wide. I think Erie was going to make it either way, but good tag up by her. So Sid with the sac fly to move Erie over to third, and Talon Lawrence, the catcher, will be the batter now for your Lady Eagles.
You know, great job by the pitcher right there. A lot of times when you're pitching, kind of get caught up in what's going on. She knew where to go. The ball was kind of errant right there. If that ball gets by the third baseman, it's a run scored. So heads up play by the pitcher.
Definitely. Good spot there. I knew somebody was back there. I wasn't sure. I guessed it was her, but good spot on the pitcher back up there. Lawrence rips that one foul. It's off the top of the batting cages down the left field line there, and Talon was sitting on that inside pitch and just went after it.
Wouldn't be surprised as far on her front foot as she was right there. You're going to see a change up on the outside corner. She needs to sit back on this pitch right here.
Waycastle has proven that she can throw a good changeup. It's a curveball, though. Lawrence swings and misses. 0-2 count quickly on Talon. Juju Johnson on deck over there.
We really need to get this run in right here. If they score 2, we need to at least 1 right here.
There's that changeup you were looking for. It misses up and away. A ball and 2 strikes to Talon now.
There it is.
Lawrence hits it. That's going to be a Texas leaguer. Erie's going to score easy on that. Lawrence is safe at first with the bloop single into short left field. And, again, that was a curveball that was running away from her. Does a good job to get her hands out there and get enough of the barrel on the ball just to muscle it over the infield.
She didn't square it up, but, hey, in the book, it looks like it bounced off the wall for a single.
You'll never know otherwise. That's 15 Brooke Crisp as the courtesy runner for the catcher, Talon Lawrence. Julie Johnson, the freshman third baseman, bats for your Eagles. Score is 2-1 here in the bottom of the first inning. And as I said, I'll just be updating the score at the end of each inning on the screen for you guys. I'll try to keep you updated verbally as we go along. So Crisp on first for Lawrence. Julie Johnson takes the first pitch off the outside corner for ball 1. Nice setup here that the Lady Cardinals have. I've always really liked this park. We like visiting up here. Good set of bleachers. You got the chair backs right here behind home plate in front of us. We're up in the press box. Then you've got some of the old Lady Backyard bleachers down both the first base and third base line. Johnson swings, barely gets her hands inside the inside pitch. She's going to foul it off the end of the bat down the right side. A ball and a strike to Juju now. But this park, Kobe, built solely by a group of boosters and coaches, as I was told a couple of years ago on my first trip up here. I got to speak with the athletic director, and he was showing me around, talking about some things. And so you really like seeing the fruits of the labor here with the nice Lady Cardinal field that we're playing on.
You know, it's got a home feel to it as well. I mean,
yeah.
You got shade trees to your, you got pine trees and trees all around here. A lot of your new ballparks don't have that. We've got kids around here in the back playing, kicking. It's kind of like old school softball, but it's a beautiful park.
So the previous pitch misses up for ball. Juju swings at the next pitch, which is also kind of up. She misses that one. Count is now 2-2, and Crisp remains at first base. Juju hits that one. It's going to be a base hit into center field. Dodd goes to a knee and knocks it down. Crisp is going to be safe at second. Good bit of hitting by the freshman there to just get her hands through, hit it right over the infield. And, again, in the book it looks like it went off the wall, but just a little laced in there base hit.
That was a fantastic play by your center fielder. If she misses that ball right there, Corey, she kind of short-hopped it. That goes to the fence. We've run it for days, but good job for her right there.
Batter's going to be Gracie Kimbrell, number 25. Pitched a beaut of a game last night against Greenwood, playing first base today. First pitch misses off the outside corner and low for ball 1.
Not only did she pitch well, but she smoked the ball last night. 3 for 3 and just killed it all night long.
She did. Eagles kind of picking up where they left off last night with some timely hitting here. I mean, they're not bouncing off the fence, but they're just as effective as we've got runners on and pushed runners around. That one's going to be fouled out of play down the first base line.
Sounded like it hit a window.
I think it did.
And a train.
So Kimbrell is even in the count at 1-1. Crisp is on second for Talon Lawrence, the courtesy runner for her. Julie Johnson is on first. Eagles trail 2-1 with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. That one's down and in. Ball 2. 2-1 will be the count to Kimbrell. Catcher wants a different mitt.
You don't see that a lot.
No. You also don't see 2 head coaches say the word bullcrap in consecutive games as we did last night.
We saw that last night.
Kimbrell swings at the outside pitch, gets a piece of it, fouls it back into the backstop. Count is even now at 2-2.
And they remained in the game.
Both coaches did remain in the game.
It may be a free pass.
And, we talked about it on the broadcast last night, Kobe, but I thought that umpire did a really good job of balls and strikes. It was consistent for both teams. There was a few pitch calls that we felt like she missed, but it was both ways. It wasn't anything that was one-sided at all. Swing and a miss. Kimbrell's going to strike out. So that's going to bring up senior left fielder Faith Johnson to the plate. She had a good night last night as well. She had 3 base hits, didn't she?
She had 3 base hits. She wore the left center out last night. So it's a dead wind. Nothing going on right now. They're playing her just straight up. I'd like to see her put one in that gap, left center.
She narrowly missed hitting one out last night in that center field fence that I think we've determined now was at least 537 feet away from home plate.
It was. In a dead grass, too.
And yes, we do have some live grass here today.
We do.
That's a positive. First pitch is a ball outside to Faith. Faith takes ball 2 outside. 2-0 count quickly to Faith Johnson. The designated player, Carly Thompson, is over there on deck awaiting for Faith to get on base. Hopefully drive in the tying run, at least drive in the tying run. Faith swings and hits that one right at the second baseman. It's off her glove. Faith's going to be on, and Crisp is going to actually hold at third. Coach Sullivan thought about sending her around, saw the second baseman chased it down, and wisely stays at third base. So that is probably going to be scored an error on the second baseman. So Faith reaches on error. Bases are juiced for the senior designated player, Carly Thompson. Carly's been known to come up with a timely hit a few times earlier in the season. Takes ball 1 down in the dirt. I'd like to see her hit a gapper right here myself.
I'd like to see her hit one across that building about 700 feet away personally, Corey.
Yes.
Or a base hit.
Takes ball 2 upstairs, 2-0 count, and Bentonville West pitcher looks like she's starting to have just a little bit of trouble commanding the pitches as well. She did really well early on and kind of getting a little topsy-turvy now. Eagle batters being very wise about pitch choice here. That one's going to catch the strike zone. 2-1 count to Thompson.
Good take right there. That was a good pitch. If she does swing at that, Corey, more like it's going to be a ground ball to shortstop or third base. She didn't like it. She let it go. We're still ahead 2-1.
That was a really good screwball there from Waycastle. Change up. Thompson swings and misses. 2-2 is the count.
That's a lot of confidence with bases loaded, 2 balls, 1 strike. Full change up right there. You can tell the pitching coach got a lot of confidence on his pitcher right here.
Another change up. Thompson fouls that one off. I think this is a situation where we would probably be wise to crowd the plate the way the pitchers worked away. But you got to think that screwball was a great pitch a minute ago. You got to have that on your mind as well.
You do.
Maybe, and we may be set up here with back-to-back change-ups.
You just got to be in defense mode right here with 2-2, bases loaded. Put it in play, see if we can make them make a mistake or put one in the gap.
That was going to be down for a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Thompson, and that one was close, Kobe.
That was very close right there.
Probably don't need to test again with taking that pitch. We don't need to jump on in if it comes back at us.
I think so as well. The runner's going to be going right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big pitch right here.
Thompson swings at the changeup, and it's down in the dirt. Catcher picks it up, steps on the plate. Crisp is out. That's going to end the inning. Eagles trail by a score of 2-1 going into the top of the second. Good pitch by the Bentonville West pitcher there.
That was a 3-2 changeup right there. Ball was in the dirt. She did go for it, but I probably would have went as well.
Well, it was thrown right down the middle of the plate, and that looks like a beach ball coming in. You're
does.
Sitting there on a full count. You don't want to be sitting there with your bases loaded and take the third strike and
Correct.
Just completely deflate your team. So good job by Thompson to try to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
She did a great job breaking out of the box. Unfortunately, with the bases loaded, there's nowhere to go.
But you would love to see her swinging like that compared to standing there taking strike 3.
Absolutely.
As far as a backwards case. So she'll be back.
So the Eagles plate 7 batters that inning, score 1 run on a couple of hits, and score is 2-1 Bentonville West in the top of the second inning. Now the winner of this game, Kobe, moves on to take on the Farmington Lady Cardinals tonight at 6 o'clock in the championship game of the Lady Cardinal tournament. Loser goes to the consolation bracket, and
We'll be playing Conway.
Is that a for sure?
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
they're going to be playing. The loser of this game here plays Conway. The winner plays Farmington.
Okay, excellent. So you go to that consolation bracket, you'd be one game out of the championship game of the consolation bracket. So the loser has the potential to play 2 more games. Winner plays 1 more game in the tournament. Good pitch there by Kelly on the inside.
Did you look at
corner,
that bracket well?
1.
Man, the way I looked at it was there'll be a 4:30 game as far as to keep working their way up, or there's already a championship game set no matter what, and the losers play each other.
Well, so once you go to the consolation bracket, you cannot get back to the championship bracket. The AAA actually released a bulletin last week, or maybe it was the week before, stating that once a team loses in a high school tournament, you cannot play your way back into a championship game.
Okay.
So, yeah, once you go to consolation, you stay down there. Now, you might play multiple games, and that bracket play out into a consolation winner, but you're not in the championship bracket any longer.
Okay.
A ball and 2 strikes to the batter. I'll get her name in a minute. That one misses low. It's 2-2. This is number 25, Sydney Sneed, the designated player for the Wolverines. Good change up by Page. Julie Johnson has it off the hop. Over to Kimbrell easily for out number 1.
Sniper got 25 on the way to first base right there.
Well, I heard he's set up over here on top of this building down first baseline. He's sneaky like that.
He is.
Batter's going to be number 10, Alyssa Cordell.
Corey, we've got some Farmington girls here sitting beside us right now. Do you think they're listening to us while we're saying, getting ready for if we win tonight?
I think they're looking for trade secrets is what they're doing.
All right, we're listening for them.
So this is the second baseman for the Wolverines. Pops the first one up down the first baseline. It's foul for strike 1.
We'll give props to the Farmington school. We played them as far as in basketball in the championship game. They got a fantastic team. Beat us by 6 up here. Great game, great atmosphere, great fan support, beautiful gym, and they've got a great softball team as well.
That's going to be a base hit through the middle by Cordell.
Left that one too much in the middle, Corey. You either got a inside or outside. At this stage, when you're playing competition like this here, you've got to move it around.
It's going to bring up the shortstop, number 22, Carly Durham for the Wolverines.
Batting number 22, Carly Durham.
Bunt popped up. Kimbrell comes on and has it. Turn around and find your lead runner, Gracie, because you still got a runner on base. All the bases were covered. So the bunt is popped up for out 1. Runner holds it first. Brings up the leadoff batter, number 3, Jasmine Dodd.
Great job by Gracie, though, as far as crashing right there. But like you said as well, turn around and look. And she should have somebody yelling at her to be looking at that lead runner as well.
So Page delivers it well outside for ball 1. And I like the pitch call right there, the first, because Dodd burned us earlier, and you don't want to give her a chance to jump on a first pitch here in the second at bat. That one misses up and in. 2 balls, no strikes to Dodd.
You can tell she's trying to work inside, trying to work outside. Missed outside, missed right here. Needs to dial it in a little bit. Don't go 3-0. Make her put it in play. See if we can get out of this inning.
Changeup's going to miss down and away. 3 balls, no strikes to Dodd. We're going to need to just deliver a strike here and try to get her to put one in play and get an out. Strike 1 is called on the outside corner. 3-1 count to Dodd.
Was that a 3-0 changeup, Corey?
I think it probably was.
Looks like a pretty gracious call as well. We'll take it.
I agree with the gracious call. That one misses outside. Dodd walks. It's going to bring up the pitcher, Hallie Waycastle.
Got 2 outs right here. Good infield, a senior laden, except we got the freshman over here, but you got middle infield seniors, been here, done that before. Just put it in play, let us lay out, make a play, and get out of this inning.
Line drive out to center field, and that ball is gone. 3-run home run for Waycastle.
I think it's time to stay away from the first pitch changeup for a while.
I think they might be sitting on that.
They are.
So Bentonville West takes the 5-1 lead here in the top of the second inning. And I want to remind everybody listening in at home, we are playing 70-minute time-limited games here in the tournament. So we do not have 7 innings to make this deficit up. We're going to have to get up and put some runs on the board ourselves and dig back into this lead that the Wolverines have been able to put on us here. First pitch there on the outside corner, called strike to Honesty Holt. Another good pitch on the outside corner there. And, Kobe, that looks like it's either a fastball that's cutting at the last minute or it's a little curveball there. But either way, it's a real effective pitch for Page at the moment. Going to go right back to the well. And
great pitch right there.
I like it. Basically called the same pitch, just a ball off the plate, trying to get the batter to chase. She does not, so she's going to be sitting at a 1-2 count now. Another curveball outside. 2-2 is the count to Holt. Ground ball up the middle. Erie has it. Falls down. Going to be unable to make the play. Good effort to come across and field the ball, but she had her glove out in front of her and couldn't get her balance back to make a throw. So Anna Griffin's going to bat now for the Wolverines. Looks like we might have a courtesy runner or Holt is the catcher, so it's going to be a courtesy runner. I can't see the number.
We'll just say courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner for the catcher. Griffin hits it to Erie. She's going to send it over to Kimbrell. That's out 3. So the Eagles allow 3 runs on the home run by Waycasser, and they are trailed by 5-1.
You know, as you said earlier, Corey, as far as going to be some runs scored, we have to step up right here. You don't have to score all 4, but we do need 2 or 3 right here to keep it close and go from there. I think Paige is going to settle down and go and be all right.
Paige has been here before, threw a lot of innings for the Eagles last year. Kind of unexpectedly, we thought we were going to be, with a 1-2 combo with the junior pitchers last year. Had Hansley go down with the injury that ultimately ended her pitching career. She now plays first base for us, third base for us, designated player, whatever we need, but. So what we thought was going to be a stable full of pitchers with Paige predominantly pitching JV and 9th grade games, she had to jump right into the fire and start pitching varsity our very first game last year.
It was.
So she's pitched a lot of innings. We ended up having to go with a 3-headed monster at the pitching rotation last year. Most games, all 3 pitchers saw innings. So not a spot that Paige hasn't been in before. We've got all the confidence in the world in her to, just like you said, just kind of settle down, get in the groove, and start painting those corners again. Jordan Alexander is going to lead it off for the Eagles. She's the center fielder, followed by Kylie Linton, the right fielder, and then Erie, the leadoff, will bat after Linton.
Starting the bottom of the second inning, batting for Vilonia, number 2, Jordan Alexander.
So Alexander, the freshman, getting the start in center field today as she did last night. She bats from the left side. Not really a slapper. She's more of a swing-away hitter. She swings at the first pitch and fouls it off.
Like a first pitch changeup right there as well. I can see that on her front foot a little bit right there.
Yeah, Jordan needs to really focus on keeping her weight back on that back foot. And if you're going to transfer, you need to transfer at contact, not prior to. Now, with that being a changeup, that could explain some of the early transfer of weight there in the box. But we'll see what Jordan does here on the second pitch. Swing and a line drive, and I think that is going to burn the center fielder. Alexander's going to turn for second. Dodd has a little trouble getting it picked up. Jordan's in there with a stand-up double. Good hitting by the freshman.
The center fielder right there, you've got a left-handed batter up, so you know when you hit the ball that way it's going to be veering back toward the left. She turned wrong, so right off the bat, kind of got her in a bind right there.
The other thing you can look at, Kobe, straight out in center field, the flags are standing on their end. So
Correct.
Not only do you have the side spin from the left-handed batter, but you get the wind taking it that way too, and just kind of cross Dodd up out there a little bit. We're going to have a pitching change here for the Wolverines.
Short leash right there at the
100% short leash. This is going to be number 2, Brittany Croson. Looks like she is a little bit harder throwing pitcher than the starter for the Wolverines. we'll see what she has to offer here when a batter gets into the box.
Now pitching number 2, Brittany Krausen.
Have you heard her before, Corey, as far as in the summer circuit or anything?
I have not. Now, that's not a guarantee that I haven't ever seen her, because there's some teams that sometimes we play against on the summer circuit. And a couple summers ago when we were playing in-state a lot more,
Yeah.
I was actually traveling with my son playing AAU basketball, and I didn't get to see a lot of times we came up to Northwest Arkansas and played. I do know some of these girls did play for a team. I know Anna Griffin played for them, and I can't think of the name of the team. But they're actually coached by one of the Crowder junior college assistant coaches.
Okay.
So probably some more of these girls that did the same thing.
You know, we got good softball across the state.
We do.
A lot of fantastic, softball and baseball players.
Well, you've got Saline County teams are always loaded. You got Faulkner County with Vilonia and Greenbrier and Conway typically have pretty good teams. Then you move up to Northwest Arkansas, and you start with Farmington and Bentonville West, Bentonville. Both of the Rogers schools are quality softball teams, so a lot of talent up here in Northwest Arkansas as well. Linton takes the first pitch up and away.
Before long, there will be a Bentonville Northwest.
As fast as Bentonville's growing, you're probably right. Gravitt's a good team in the, 3A, 4A classification. Linton's going to hop that one. The pitcher's not able to field it. Shortstop not able to field it either, and Linton's got an infield base hit. And that's what a slapper will do for you. If you ever get that big hop, it's hard to make a play because now you're in rush mode trying to get the out.
Unless you and I are running.
Oh, yeah, if we're running, I mean, they could have thrown us out twice.
That's right.
We'd still had to have oxygen in between home and first. So Erie will be the batter with no outs, runners on the corner. Jordan Alexander's at third and Kylie Linton's at second. I fully expect to see Linton break for second here on the first pitch. Erie shows bunt, pulls it back. Linton does indeed take off. The pitch is going to be called a ball outside. So 1-0 is the count to Erie. Now with Alexander and Linton at third and second respectively.
Love this situation right here, Corey. You got a senior UCA commit. Runners at second and third. Been here a lot of times. You got a good pitcher on the mound. You also got a great hitter here as well.
I'd like to see them come inside on her because I think that the outfield shaded over there like she's going to slap again. And she does try to turn on one, pops it way up. It's going to be out of play back here in the children's playground. And Erie was trying to turn on it. She saw that big gap in right center field just as I was talking about it. She was trying to go there. But you're going to have to keep your hands up, sis. Drive through the ball. Erie takes a changeup in the dirt. Good take by her. Count is 2-1 now.
That's a hard pitch to lay off of right there.
Erie swings at that one, fouls it down the right field line. It's out of play, and she's taking her chance on every inside pitch she can. She needs to be aware of the rise ball here, as just in case that Krausen can throw one of those, because that would be a good 1-2 or 2-2 pitch here for Erie. See if she can get her to chase. Change up, hits it to the right side, and we held at third for some reason. I mean, that's exactly what you want. You want to hit behind the runner so you can score one there, and Coach Sullivan holds them. I don't understand.
The ball's on the right-hand side on contact on the ground. You score right there. So,
yeah. So Erie's out on the ground ball to Griffin. That's out number one. No one scores on the infield ground ball. It brings up senior second baseman Sydney Johnson. Johnson swings at the first pitch, fouls it off, ball one, and I think the catcher might have took a little bit of that off the bare hand.
I think so as well. That catcher is a tough business right there. Never fight with a catcher.
No. Especially if they have their armor on. So Johnson digs back in with an 0-1 count as the catcher is okay. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 0-2 count. She's got to be in protect mode now. Talon Lawrence is on deck, awaiting her chance to drive a run in. Sid takes a ball.
Or you kind of see this right here. This girl's got a little bit of hop to her. Is that a legal or illegal pitch in college?
I'll watch the next one. I'm catching what you're saying out of the corner of my eye, but I'm going to pay attention here before I make a determination on it. That's an illegal pitch in college softball because she's leaving the ground and completely out of contact with the ground. In college, if you don't keep your toe touching the ground, you're going to be called an illegal pitch. The other thing that she's doing, Kobe, that would make it illegal, you see how she's all the way over on the side of the pitching rubber?
Yeah.
She's landing outside the pitching rubber when she lands, so that's also illegal. Sydney takes another one. Shows full count on the board. I was thinking 2-2. It is indeed full, so I missed a pitch. So Sydney steps in, full count, runners at second and third, and 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Sid swings at a changeup in the dirt, and she's going to give herself up back to first. The umpire called her safe on the drop ball. She could have broke to first and made it interesting. Good changeup by the pitcher, Krausen. 2 outs on the Eagles. Talon Lawrence bats for the Eagles.
First pitch up and away right there. 1 ball, no strikes. Got 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Really need to run at least 1, if not 2 right here with a base hit, Corey.
Talon
there
swings.
It is.
That's going to be a base hit in center field. Oh, Dodd makes an amazing catch. Good effort by the center fielder for the Wolverines. I thought that was for sure down for at least a run. Good hit by Talon, a better play by the center fielder. Eagles score no runs, and I'm scratching my head on that, Kobe.
Should have got a run out of that. Classic, baseball or softball. If you got runners, no to 1 out, balls on the opposite side score. But hey, they must have seen something we didn't see. But as far as that play right there is an excellent play. She got a good jump on that ball, laid out, made a play, saved the team 2 runs. We got to come out. Looks like we've got a pitching change right here, Corey.
So Tori Wilbanks is going to be the pitcher coming in for the Eagles. She is a senior and did not pitch last night as Gracie Kimber went the whole way. So Paige gives us 2 good innings, and Wilbanks is going to come in here in the top of the third, try to see if we can get these Bentonville batters kind of off balance a little bit, off timing.
Earring has been lost, Corey. Could it be yours?
I let my my holes grow in a couple years ago, so
Okay.
Could have been mine, but not this time. Alan Wade sending in stats as usual, points out that we have 5 Eagle runners left on base in only 2 innings. So you've put them on, you just got to get the timely hit to get them around. Thank you, Alan, for giving us another talking point.
I think Alan's trying to take my job, Corey.
He is. So last week it was going to be a leg wrestling match to see who got to get on. I think we're going to go thumb wrestling this week. I think that's the way we're going to settle it.
I've seen his thumbs. I feel pretty confident.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch by Wilbanks. The batter's number 15, Ryan Rassi.
The score looks like it's back to 3-1, 5. Always back 2-1 there for a minute.
Oh, darn.
Our Farmington Cardinals are here. We thought we was going to get back in this game.
Swing and a little hopper off the handle to Erie, over to Kimberly at first for out 1. And the Eagles again put the leadoff batter in the books, but it's after that we get that first out where we kind of been struggling. So see if we can get another out here on number 9. And
number 9,
India Moeller. Ball inside from Wilbanks. Now, do we play here?
I believe the rest of the day's here.
Oh, okay. Swing and a miss by Moeller. There's your retort on thumb wrestling.
Well played, Alan Wade.
Muller's going to flare that one out into right field. Linton's giving chase, and she has the catch, backhanded stab. 2 outs now in the top of the third. We need to go ahead and get this third one to come in and put some runs on the board.
We do. It seems like the first couple innings, if we did get the first out, we kind of, let up mentally on the mound, in the field, everywhere. You got to be mentally tough, the 3 outs right here, and hopefully we can get back in and score some runs.
Sydney Sneed is the batter, number 25, and I want to say Griffin and Sneed both were originally playing for Bentonville High School before the split, because I think I remember playing against them in a JV game back when Callie was a freshman maybe. That one's going to be popped up on the infield. Erie calls for it. She has it. Ye old infield can of corn. Out 3, and Wilbanks makes quick work of the Wolverines here in the top of the third. They go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Eagles will bat in the bottom of the third. Kobe, you're right. The rest of the day is here at the high school field. Eagles are going to need to put some runs on the board, because if you don't, you play immediately following this game against Conway. Croson is still the pitcher for Bentonville West. Julie Johnson will be the batter for the Eagles, followed by Gracie Kimbrell and Faith Johnson. And all 3 of those batters had multiple base hits last night. So I got all the faith in the world in those 3 coming up. I expect at least a run, maybe 2 or 10 even.
10 would be great. That timely hit, what we talked about Allen, sending in a stat about how many we left on base. You just, when you're at this stage in the tournament, you can't do that. You've got to manufacture runs. You've got to push them across. You've got to take a chance from time to time. But you got to also remember we could have had 2 runs, but that center fielder laid out and made a fantastic play as well.
100%.
Still plenty of game left, just now at the bottom of the third. We've still got a lot of time. And as we saw it last night, saw it at Mountain Home, we scored 8 or 9 at Mountain Home. Mm-hmm. We batted for about 20 minutes last night.
Yes,
so
we did.
It can happen. We just need to string some hits together.
And, I'd like to actually see a score sheet. I would not be surprised if the Eagles were out hitting the Wolverines at this point in the game. They have more runs, but I think it's probably on less base hits. If not, we're really close to being even. Just we need the hit at the right time, and everything's going to be okay. Juju steps in. No outs in the bottom of the third.
First pitch was down and in for ball 1 on Juju.
We'll have an argument on the playground in the kickball game out back.
I wonder who's right. Is there a rule book?
I don't know. Changeup is barely outside the zone for 2 balls. International rules in the kickball game out back is what we've been told, so we're gonna go with the oldest kid out there won the battle. Another changeup. Juju chases that one. 2-1 count to her.
Corey, I've not seen her throw a changeup for a strike yet. I've seen her changeups are falling right in there around the plate. That's a ball. They're hard to lay off of, but we have to make an adjustment. To be good hitters, we've got to adjust to that.
There's another changeup. That one does fall in there for a strike. Catches just enough of the corner. 2-2 count. And I think the pitching coach down there has probably figured out Eagles struggle with the old changeroo and going to give us a heavy dose of them.
He made a quick pitching change. The girl was doing a great job. We gave it 1 run, but he saw something he didn't like.
Fastball in. That's low.
Wow.
Wolverine fans did not like the call. Full count to Juju. But that's that pitch that he's been consistent with all night long, or all afternoon long, both ways. That one that's diving in at the batter's knees. He has not called that for a strike yet. Change up. Johnson chases. She's going to be out on the strikeout. Brings up 25, Gracie Kimbrell, the first baseman.
Corey, when she's throwing that well right now with that changeup, is there a point in time you set dead red changeup and just look for it?
Well, yeah, I mean, especially once you get 2 strikes on you. Early in the count, if you see that ball hit that ramp coming out of her hands, just let it go if you're early in the count. Now, once you get 2 strikes on you, from the coaching perspective, I'm going to tell them all to step up in the box. Kimbrell hits that one hard. Second baseman jumps, makes a great play to save the base hit, and Bentonville is getting all the breaks and making all the plays too right now.
They are.
So, anyways, as I was saying, I would actually have everybody shorten up in the box.
Yeah.
Sit on change-up, adjust to fastball. It's a lot easier to adjust to the faster pitch than it is the slower pitch. Now, that's my opinion.
I like it.
Faith's going to slap, change up. They're going to call that one a strike, 0-1 count on Faith. Faith stands into swing, swings at another change-up, and that's all we're seeing now.
That's it. We're struggling with it. You know, their coach, like you said, is picking up on that, and they're just hammering it with us right now.
I don't expect to see anything different until we prove them otherwise. Another change-up's way outside. Faith doesn't even have to think much about taking that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Faith. Carly Thompson awaits in the on-deck circle if Faith reaches. Pardon me, when Faith reaches.
Win.
A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning, Eagles trail 5-1 to the Bentonville West Wolverines. Here's the pitch. Inside fastball. Faith fouls that one off.
Great piece of hitting right there by Faith. 2 fouled that pitch off. Is a inside, looked like inside corner pitch. Kind of jammed her a little bit, but still, yeah, she made enough contact to live to fight another pitch.
That's an example of what I was talking about. She was sitting on changeup right there, and that's why she was a little bit late on the fastball inside. There's the change again. Faith sits back on it, hits it back up the middle. Pitcher backhands it, throws it over to Griffin at first, and that's going to retire the Eagles for the bottom of the 3rd. So they continue to trail 5-1 going into the top of the 4th.
No runs, no hits, no errors. To the 4th inning. Score remains Bentonville West 5, Vilonia 1.
So Will Banks remains the pitcher. Everybody else is in the same positions on defense. I'd actually kind of like to know where we were time-wise at this point, Kobe. It's been a pretty fast-played game. You know, Bentonville scoring 2 and 3 in the 1st inning.
We've been playing 50
Okay,
minutes
so we
far.
got about 20 minutes left in the game. So we're gonna get the 4th inning in. Probably we may get 5 in here. Leading off the inning for the Wolverines is going to be number 10, Alyssa Cordell. She's the second baseman. She's going to be followed by Carly Durham and the leadoff, Jasmine Dodd. First pitch misses up and away, ball 1.
He's got a pretty tight zone on both sides. You know, last night the umpire was a little more gracious on the corners. This one right here, he's consistent both ways. It's not unfair, but he's just tight.
That one's going to be popped up to Erie. The shortstop calls for it. It drifts back in the grass and has that one easy. Infield can of corn for out 1.
Tori stepped in and has done a fantastic job filling the zone up, getting a lot of pop-ups here. Great job.
Carly Durham is the batter, number 22. She's the shortstop. I would say the best I've seen Tori pitch all year.
Yes, correct. You know, she gets better, she goes on. So that's what we're looking for here, is getting stronger, more confidence.
Batter checked her swing there. It's going to be called a ball low. It was a good pitch. Just couldn't quite get Durham to chase. She's going to foul that one off the handle of her bat over towards the 3rd base dugout. Strike 1. Counts evened up at 1 apiece. Swing and a miss. Great screwball running off the outside corner of the plate by Will Banks there to get Durham to chase it. Ball and 2 strikes to her. Looking to retire her for the 2nd out of the inning. Good pitch. She was out of the box. Umpire didn't see it. It's going to be a base hit to right field, but Kobe, her foot was all the way out in front of home plate when she made contact with that.
I don't think they're really trained as far as to look for that unless it's going to be pointed out multiple times in a game.
Right. So Jasmine Dodd bats now for the Wolverines. Eagles yet to retire her on the day. Durham's at first, 1 out, top of the 4th inning. Eagles trail by a score 5-1. Dodd swings at that one, pops it up. Julie Johnson gives chase, so does Faith and Erie, and it's out there against the fence where none of them can get to it, so a long strike for Dodd. Dodd shows bunt, puts it down. It's going to be foul for strike 2. 0-2 count to Dodd.
Corey, we got an update on this kickball game behind us.
Looks like the kickball game, there's been a protest filed. 1 player's in the penalty box. 3 players continue to play. Swing and a hopper to Kimbrell. She steps on first for out 2, and we do finally retire Dodd for the first time today. She'd had a base hit and a walk. Durham moves up to second, but there's 2 outs. The batter's going to be the starting pitcher, who was Haley Waycasser. Maybe Hallie. Haley, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. One gets in on her quickly. It's a miss off the inside corner for a ball. Waycaster swings at that one. It gets out of play quickly.
She had a changeup right now. As far as she was out on that one, Corey, I think she would swing out of her shoes on it. We'll see what the pitch call is right here. It's either that or go back outside.
Pitch is up for ball 2. 2-1 count to Waycaster. She's the one who hit the home run earlier, so she's really feeling it now. She's putting everything she has into every swing. Wanting to launch another one off of the outer parking lot out there. That pitch misses outside. So it's going to be 3-1. It's a hitter's count. We don't want to miss over the plate. If you miss, you'd rather just miss. You miss off the plate and put her on and face the next batter. That one misses up and away. Ball 4 to Waycasser.
Corey, looking at this field, of course, we talked about it's a beautiful field, but its kind of dimensions are kind of odd. You've got 196 in right, you've got 204 in left, and 200 in center. It's very rare that you see a center field that's actually shorter than the left field right there.
Some things are best left unexplained. Honesty Holt's going to be the batter. She's the catcher.
Honestly speaking, we need an out right here.
2 outs. Runners at first and second. Pitch misses up and in. Oh, wow. Okay, generous call by the umpire. He calls it a strike. 0-1 rather than 1-0. That one's up and away. Ball 1.
Hope we don't lose a little bit of focus right here. You get 2 outs. You got a good thing going right here. Let's get back in and hit. Really mentally dial it in. Let's make a good pitch.
There's the changeup. It doesn't fall anywhere close to where she wanted it. She looks over at the dugout like, I don't know if I want to throw that one anymore,
I think
Coach.
so as well. Don't feel very comfortable with that pitch.
2-1 count to Holt. There's the pitch, up and in. Everything's missing up now. Tori's going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment. She doesn't need to drop it much, just a little bit to get it down in the zone. You don't mind the high pitches where they're at, but you want to clip the top of the zone and get a strike or force the pop-up. That one's going to be a called strike inside corner at the letters. Count is full.
You know, a lot of times when you're missing like that, your catcher needs to give a lower target, just a mental image of something to make a mental adjustment to get the ball down.
Pitch is fouled off by Holt.
Fantastic
count.
pitch.
I think Holt was sitting on something outside, and we ran
I
it
think
back in on her.
I think so, too. That was a good pitch that she fought off right there. 3
Count.
balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big pitch right here for the Eagles.
Wilbanks delivers, saws the bat off in her hand. Sydney has it over to Gracie, out 3, and the Wolverines are retired. Score's going to remain 5-1, and Eagles will bat in the bottom of the 4th. I believe Carly Thompson's going to be the batter.
2 runners left on base. Going to the bottom of the 4th. Score remains Bentonville 5, Bentonville West 5, Vilonia 1.
Eagles going to need to do something here, Kobe. We need to put at least a run, maybe 2, 3 on the board, maybe try to grab that momentum back. I'm not saying it's going to be our absolute last at bat, but depending on how long we're up here, it could be.
Yeah, it could. You know, the pitcher's kind of got our number right now with that changeup, which we've seen her now for 2 innings. We have the girls that have to communicate. We've got to make a mental adjustment of what we're looking for with that pitch. You got to have a game plan when you step in the batter's box of what you're going to do. You just can't go up there and swing. You got to know what she's been leading off with, what we've been successful, what we've not been with. Let the changeup go early. Make her throw it for a strike, and when you get 2 strikes, then fight it off. But you know they're pitching and playing right now with a 5-1 lead. We've not put much of a threat up. You know they're comfortable right now. They got the momentum on their side.
So the Eagles have put runners on the bases. Well, they did in the first and the second inning, have 5 left on, as Alan pointed out to us there. Now, we didn't put any runners on board in the third, but, you know, not to say that we can't come right back at it and put some runners on, hope for that timely hit we've been asking for. So it'll be the 7, 8, and 9 batters for the Eagles. Carly Thompson, Jordan Alexander, and Kylie Linton. It is not a drop-dead time limit, so you do finish your inning that you're in when the time expires. We saw that last night in a couple of games. So unless we bat for a long time here, which would subsequently mean we've probably taken the lead, you'll see the top of the Eagles lineup come to the plate again before the game is completed. Croson delivers. Thompson takes ball 1 up and away. Thompson swings at that changeup, and the Eagles just can't lay off of it. One ball, 1 strike to Carly. There's the changeup again. Called strike.
Got the call right there.
I'm gonna. Tori got a generous call a little bit ago, and I think Paige got one too. I'm gonna say that one's a little bit generous for Croson there. A ball and 2 strikes to Carly Thompson. You better be sitting on the change again, sister.
You got her set up.
I'm not sure what that was. It was a changeup grip and delivery, but the pitch had too much speed on it for the changeup. I think it just kind of got away from her there. It was up for a ball. 2-2 count to Thompson now.
Maybe 2 more get away from her.
That'd be a win for the Eagles now, wouldn't it? Swing and a miss, strike 3. Thompson strikes out. It's going to bring up number 2, Jordan Alexander. Freshman.
Hold on, that's interference right there. Batter catcher interference, looks like.
So, in what manner?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, illegal pitch is what it was. The field umpire called an illegal pitch. So it's a ball on the batter, full count now. Changeup is a called 3rd strike. So you get the bonus pitch, go up there and take the change for a called 3rd strike. Now Alexander will bat with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Jordan Alexander had a base hit in the 2nd inning. We'd like to see her repeat that same type of at bat here in the 4th. Swing and a little pop up down the Third base line, it falls foul for strike one. Alexander takes a change up for a strike, 0-2 count. She needs to be sitting on that for sure.
You know, the pitcher's really feeling it right now. You can tell she's in the zone. She's in control. Defense is loose.
Wow. Another generous call there.
It was.
Jordan strikes out looking,
But
called third strike on the outside corner.
Close, you better be hacking. You know, we're at the stage, if it's close, you've got to be swinging the stick. I think it's pretty obvious that this is their ace, Corey. You know, they started, the other girl did a fantastic job. We hit the ball with her a little bit, but it seemed like the last couple innings, this pitcher here has really dialed it in.
So Linton is the batter now. She takes the first pitch changeup for a ball low. She had a infield base hit earlier that she hopped right over the pitcher's head.
You feel like if she can put the ball on the ground, she's going to be on first base.
Swing and a miss, strike one. Count is
Corey, when you see the slappers,
illegal pitch is the call again on the pitcher. So it's a ball, 2 balls, no strikes to Kylie.
what is the illegal part? Have you seen it?
She's probably hopping, like you pointed out earlier, would be my guess.
But she's hopping every time.
Well, I guess you pick and choose when you call it. She didn't hop as bad that time, and it may be certain pitches. I've seen that out of pitchers before. Certain pitches, just they try to get a different leg drive out of,
Yep.
and it causes their foot to come off the ground. That time, I felt like she might not have stayed in contact, but the toe stayed down. She stayed close enough for it to be I felt like that was fine. So we'll watch here. 2-1 count to Linton.
You know, he's looking for it now. The umpire is. So
It might take a little speed off of her pitches, too. She stays down there, and I think the changeup is probably the pitch that she's struggling with, keeping her toe down, because those last two where she's really had to focus on it, they haven't come anywhere close to the zone. It's easy takes for the Eagles. 3-1 count to Kylie. We'll take base runners in any way, shape, or form we can get them at this point. She's going to hit that one down the third baseline, and, man, it just – by the narrowest of margins rolls foul. I thought the third baseman was going to grab it.
I thought it hit her foot the way it looked there for a minute, but I guess it missed it.
It did. I was watching that. It kind of – she reached for it with her bare hand, and lucky she didn't touch it there, and it just kind of spun real close to her foot, spun out foul. Full count to Kylie. Kylie fouls that one off, straight back. Fighting it off to see another pitch. And
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sure need some base runners right here, Corey.
the umpire is still focused in on Croson's foot there, so I'm going to say they're going to be reluctant to call the changeup. But we'll see. Linton's going to pop that one up. Shortstop calls for it. She has it. That ends the inning for the Eagles. Brings up the top of the 5th, and this is going to be it. This is going to be the last inning of the game, because I just don't see any way there's enough time to get through this without the time running out. So the Eagles will get to bat again. When we come back up, it's going to be the top of the lineup with Erie, Sid Johnson, and Talon Lawrence leading us off. Tori's going to remain the pitcher, Tori Wilbanks, for your Lady Eagles. No other defensive changes. And looks like
we're kind of in a hurry. I believe that's what it is, to get it started, or what?
Yeah, no, the inning's already started. There's no reason for us to be in a hurry. Tori should go ahead and take her warm-up pitches. And I mean, it is what it is now. We're the home team. We're going to get to bat. The inning starts immediately as the third out's made of the previous inning. So there's really no reason to rush anything here. The Eagle coaches need to make sure that the players understand that, because we don't want to rush a pitch and leave it fat and see another one leave the yard.
Top of the 5th inning, batting for Bentonville West, number 24, Anna Griffin.
So Griffin bats for the Wolverines. She's going to be followed by Rassi and Moeller. Swings at the first pitch and rips a line drive down the left field line. She's going to turn for second. Faye throws it in. Erie the relay to Sydney Johnson, and Really wish the umpire would have hustled around to get a good look at that play, because I think when we made the tag, Griffin's foot had actually come up off the base on the slide.
Yeah, it was close. She hit that ball extremely hard. Great job by our left fielder out there, Faith Johnson, to get that ball in quick. She made it a play. I thought it was going to be a stand-up at first, but the hustle and the relay, Callie had a good relay right there. And Corey, that's what we're talking about there. When you rush, when you don't take your time, when you don't practice your pitches in between your first pitch, you leave something down the middle right there.
Yeah, no, and no reason. There's absolutely no reason to have done any of that. So the pinch runner for the Wolverines is going to be number 13, Cowart. Batter is number 15, Ryan Rassey. Wilbanks misses in for ball one. Tori's really falling off of her pitches there. It's like, I don't know if there's a hole out there, if she's just not getting a good grip when she pushes, but she's kind of leaning and falling off of her center line there. 2 balls, no strikes to Rassey. Rassey shows bunt, bunts it down the third base line. Julie picks it up in foul territory. It's going to be 2 balls and a strike now on the batter, Ryan Rassey. No outs, runner at second. The pitch is popped out of play.
It's a good thing the kickball game is over, or somebody might got a hit.
Yeah, it dissipated quickly. Protest and the player getting sent to the penalty box. That usually does a game in. Tempers flare.
Somebody took a ball and went home.
Ball 3 misses down and in. 31-32, full count. I lost track of things there for a moment. Let's not lose this batter. Let's go ahead and come right at her and get this out. There's the pitch. Pop up. Kimbrell's floating back over by the dugout. She has the catch and flips it back to Wilbanks. Wilbanks going to run it in. The runner at second holds up, so the Eagles retire the first out of the top of the 5th. Batting's going to be number 9, India Moeller.
Batting number 9, India Moeller.
Moeller tries to bunt one that was going to hit her. Hit it or wear it was the name of that pitch.
That was. I caught a break on that one.
I like the call, but it just ran too far in. Luckily, Moeller goes ahead and offers at it. No balls, 1 strike to her. Runner still at second base. 1 out. Eagles trailing 5-1 in the top of the 5th. Now that pitch is a great pitch right there on the inside corner for strike 2. So Moeller quickly behind 0-2 in the count as Wilbanks paints that inside corner 2 consecutive times.
Whoa.
I'm assuming that pitch missed right down the middle for a ball.
It was too good.
Because that was too perfect. I mean, it caught every bit of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Moeller. Another good point being made in the press box. We thought she swung at it as well. There we go. Backwards K now on the inside corner. Great pitch by Wilbanks. 2 outs. Makeup call?
It could be right there.
Yeah.
Batting number 25, Sydney Sneed.
Sydney Sneed, number 25, will be the batter for the Wolverines with 2 outs. We still got that runner standing out there at second. And the Eagles wanting to come in with just the 4-run deficit to try to win the ball game. Called strike on the outside corner on the first pitch. Popped up out of play. Lawrence giving chase. Oh, and unable to make the grab. Kind of lost it in the sun there for just a second. Got on it at the last minute. It hits her mitt and pops out. It's going to be no balls, 2 strikes to Sneed. And Wilbanks has her kind of off balance right here, Kobe.
She does. Make a good pitch. You don't want to leave anything too fat right here. You got a good hitter up. You got no balls, 2 strikes. You don't. She's really battled back in this inning. You don't want to leave anything down the middle to get this run in.
It's just like we said a minute ago. If you're going to miss outside the plate, not inside right here in this situation. Another really good pitch. Umpire says it's up, so ball 1 to Sneed. Whew.
That was a strike 2 pitches ago.
It was.
So it might have been a makeup call for that one. So
that one's got to be low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sneed. 2 outs. Wilbanks coming right back at her here. That one misses off the outside corner. So we go quickly from 0-2 to full on Sneed. Don't need to lose her. Called third strike, ends the inning. Sneed doesn't like it, and I think the umpire might going to be have a word with her coach as he walks down that way. So the Eagles will bat for a chance to tie or win the game here in the bottom of the 5th. Back-to-back called third strikes on batters.
It's definitely going to be it right here. It's either do or die, score 5 or score 4 and play another inning, score 5 and win it. Definitely can be done, but we've really not done much damage against this pitcher right here. She's come in, I think, the second, maybe, was it second or third inning, Corey?
It was the second inning because it was when we kind of put some runners on base real quick there that he went and got her real quick. Now, I do think this is going to be the second time through our lineup that we've seen the pitcher, so you never know what's going to happen there. The changeup was not quite as effective for her last inning after the umpire called a couple of illegal pitches. She really started focusing on keeping that foot down, and it's kind of taking away some leg drive out of Croson here. So I'll be interested to see how the pitch calls go and how tight the umpire is on the illegal pitches here in this inning. I'm going to try to close this door.
Do you think that the umpire was actually tipped off on that, or do you think that he actually seen that? Because she looks like she's been throwing that way the same way, for several pitches until he finally decided to make a call on something.
Well, seeing as how our pitching coach, Coach Morris, is also our first base coach, I'm going to say he might have had a word with the umpire about, hey, can you keep a look on this? Not a guarantee, but that's definitely possible that Coach Morris said, hey, let's keep an eye on this. So top of the lineup up for the Eagles is going to be Erie, Sid Johnson, and Talon Lawrence.
Top of the lineup, like you said. Let's. The main thing what we're looking at right now is just get on base. Everybody get on base. We'll be fine.
We need unselfish at bats here. Whatever it takes. Take a walk, take a hit by pitch. We'll take a base hit, a bunt, any of it. We just need base runners
or a home run.
Home runs are at a premium. Erie swings at the first pitch and smashes it through the right side. That's going to be a leadoff base hit for the Eagles. She wasted no time jumping on the first pitch right there on the inside part of the plate.
She didn't give time to come back with a changeup, this or that. She saw something she liked right off the bat, inside, turned on it, drove it hard. Great piece of hitting.
Sydney Johnson will bat for the Eagles. No signal, so Erie's going to be on her own out there on second as to what she's going to do. Coach Sullivan did say watch for the ball down, so read a down angle here. Sydney takes the first pitch off the outside corner for ball 1. Wolverine coaching staff does not like the call of a ball there on that pitch. It was pretty close. I'll agree with them. 1-0 count to Sid. Sydney takes a strike on the inside corner for 1-1. It's a good take. She was sitting on an outside pitch. You could tell by the way she kind of pulled her arms back in when the ball cuts back in on her. So good take by Sydney. 1-1 count.
That's why you get 3.
No outs. Erie reached on the base hit to lead the inning off. Lawrence on deck. Johnson swings. That's going to be right at the center fielder. She makes the grab. Good play by Dodd out there in center field. And that's 2 excellent efforts by, what's her first name? Jasmine Dodd. 2 excellent jobs out there.
That's she's player of the game in my opinion because she kept a rally from going the first 2 runs there, and then right here in the last inning she smokes the ball, makes a great catch. Tip your hat to her.
Erie thought it was going to get down 2. She was already 2/3 of the way down to second. Had to hustle back to first. Lawrence takes first pitch changeup, called strike on the outside corner, and I got no problem with that. At least we're not up there hacking at it right off the bat.
Correct.
Lawrence swings and narrowly foul. That ball was just about a foot outside the foul line there. Really put a charge into that one. I wish it would have caught some chalk there because Erie probably would have scored.
We've had several instances this game, Corey, as far as an inch here, an inch there. It could be a different game. The center fielder, like I said, made several plays. Like they're making a change out here in left field.
You got to wonder if that left fielder maybe not a pitcher. It's coming in to warm up too.
She could be.
So a new left fielder goes in there. I couldn't get her number. She's got that really long ponytail that completely covered up her number. I don't know who's out there playing left, but the Wolverines do make a change. Trying to see if anybody's going outside the dugout to warm up. I can't really see from where I'm at. 0-2 count on Talon. Need to be sitting on that changeup. It is a changeup. She pokes it at the right side. Second baseman has it. First baseman can't get it. Erie's going to turn and go to third. Talon's going to go to second. So error on the throw by the Wolverines second baseman puts 2 runners on at second and third with 1 out, and the freshman Julie Johnson batting. She had a base hit earlier in the game.
How important now was that catch by the center fielder?
Super important, because if not, that's going to be Erie probably would have scored on that ball over her head, and then Sydney would have scored probably on that error right there. So keeps 2 runs off the board, at least momentarily.
And she saved 2 runners early in the game as well. So
definitely player of the game for the Wolverines. Brooke Crisp in to run for Talon Lawrence out there at second base. The batter is the freshman third baseman Julie Johnson. Juju takes the first pitch, belt high for a strike.
Like you said earlier, by the third go-around, these girls have seen her now. They've made adjustments. We're starting to put the bat on the ball pretty hard.
I expect to see a changeup. Julie struggled with it last at bat. No, it's going to be popped up into right field. Right fielder coming on, makes the grab. Erie's going to tag. She's going to score this. The throw is high. Crisp goes down to third. She's safe there. So we got one of the 4 that we need. Back on the sacrifice fly there by Julie Johnson. But Eagles are going to be sitting on 2 outs now and going to have to string some base hits together and have some things bounce our way here.
We are.
5-2 is the score. Gracie Kimbrell, the junior first baseman, bats for the Eagles with Brooke Crisp down at third base. Faith Johnson sitting on deck awaiting for Kimbrell to reach.
Kimbrell has the power, Corey, to put one out at any place on the park right here. But even with that, we still need to – there's a sharp hit to shortstop. Shortstop up and makes a throw.
Griffin with a great play at first. That's going to do it. Eagles lose it by a score of 5-2. And will now play the Conway Wampus Cats in the consolation bracket right now. They'll probably come out and drag the fields and re-chalk and whatnot. We're definitely going to take a bit of a break, but we're going to leave all the equipment set up right here where we're at. Kobe, like we said earlier, we had plenty of base hits, just couldn't get the base hits at the time that we had to have them. 6 runners left on for the game. And that's ultimately the story for the Eagles. Just could not get the base hit when we had to have it.
We did. There was I don't believe there was any errors on either side, so it was a clean game. Wasn't a lot of walks. I believe when Paige had pitched, there was a lot of changeups that was called, and they hit the changeup pretty hard and made a change, went with Tori. They really never hit her fastball hard, and they're put a lot of hits together. But like you said, I think what we're looking at right here is just couldn't get the hit at the right time.
That's right. That's right. I think the Eagles played a good game. I think we played almost as well as we played against Greenwood last night. Bentonville West, I think, is a little bit better team than what we were playing last night. Definitely, we struggled just a bit when they made the pitch and change. Took us a couple of innings to get on it. Excellent job by the Bentonville West Wolverines players and coaches. Winning a game, a good played ball game, well played,
especially their center fielder.
Absolutely, Jasmine Dodd, you are the player of the game for the Bentonville Wolverines. So we're going to take the break here for just a few minutes. We'll be back with you as the Eagles will play the Conway Wampus Cats here in the next 15, 20 minutes or so. We'll be back on just a couple of minutes before the first pitch. hopefully we'll actually get the first pitch on this time. I was a
Correct.
little late getting set up. So, Kobe, thanks for being with me again. We'll be back with you guys here in about 15, 20 minutes. See ya.